used to be like a little skater, and I used to love rock music. Yeah, and I had like the long hair and everything, and like I hated any kind of like Mexican music and stuff. But like once I joined mariachi, I was like, all right, like this is pretty cool. Like as I was learning songs, like I was like, all right, this is cool, like whatever. And then my 8th grade year, I got to see Mariachi Sol de Mexico like live, and that was my first time like ever seeing like a live mariachi, and I was like, damn, that's cool. I want to do that.
My name is Alejandro Virula. I am the director for Mariachi Mexico Antiguo, and we are now on our 2nd year of being here in Connecticut and moving from Las Vegas.
A few of us, 5 or 6 of us, were in a school group, Mariachi Los Vaqueros, and that's pretty much literally how we started. Like freshman year, going into a class, oh, this is a mariachi class. All right, cool, and then just kind of like getting into it. About a year in, we joined the ensemble, and like shortly thereafter, the program got canceled. They cut the program from the school because of finances, whatever. I don't know. And then that's where the people that were in the school group were like, hey, let's make a group outside of this. So then thus was born Mariachi Mexico Antiguo.
Well, I met them in high school in Las Vegas. So we were a part of the high school mariachi group, and then from there we decided to make a community group, and since 2010.
I graduated before they stopped having the music program in the school. So when I graduated, I wasn't in the group anymore. I wasn't, because it was a school group. So once they stopped doing the school program, they did that's what back in the day we used to call the community group. That's what you would call a mariachi group that wasn't a part of the school district. They were called a community group. So once they did the community group, that's when I think like a year afterwards I came back into it.
Me personally, I mean, I started mariachi in Vegas, and then I used to play in Nights in Mexico with Saul and Jose, and we used to all play guitar together. And I kind of found out everybody was moving out here, and I wanted to get out of Vegas too. So I was like, hey, can I go too? And they were like, yeah. But they were like, the condition is you have to learn how to play violin, because they didn't need a guitar player. So they said, you can join, just learn how to play violin. I was like, all right, cool.
So Mariachi Mexico Antiguo, we're playing, for years. Up comes an opportunity to come teach here in Connecticut. And so the SCOW flew out like 4 or 5, kind of like a trial kind of thing, to come and teach the mariachi program that they had. They loved it, fell in love, wanted to keep bringing us. So it became a yearly thing where they would fly out, all of us, for about I feel like 3 years. It was that way. And then we decided, hey, we gig with groups out here, because the mariachi, there's no mariachis here. Because the initial plan was to go to California, but in California, as you know, there's a mariachi in every single corner. So, and I mean, there's good mariachis on every single corner. So we were like, let's just go to a place where there's not that much competition. We can totally run that field, that area, and then go from there. So then we started sending one person at a time for about a month. I was the first one to come for a month. They sent me there like, go scout, get some info, get the facts from other mariachis, go play with other mariachis, see what it is they do, how much they get paid, whatever. Yeah, you know, the schematics. So I did that. I went back to Las Vegas. I told like the group and the director, like, hey, this is what's happening. You can make really crazy amounts of money in Connecticut. They pay really well for the mariachis, and there's almost no competition. Like, as far as like the level of professionalism, the level of quality of the music that the mariachis have here doesn't come near to what there is in Las Vegas and the West Coast. So we're like, you know, if we become the first ones to go out there, then we kind of set the mood. We take over the whole empire there pretty much, and that's pretty much it. And here we are.
When they were going around, making rounds with the academy to try and get more students, they came to my church, because I go to church in New Britain, and they came there saying, oh, if parents, if you have kids that would be interested in learning mariachi, you should come and sign up for the academy. And my dad was like, oh, you should do this, because ever since I was little, ever since I started playing violin, he was always like, oh, you should find someone to start teaching you mariachi. And I was like, how are we going to find that in Southington, Connecticut? And then these guys came and we went. And then one of their violinists, Andrea, asked me if I could play something. And I played the all-state auditions piece for that year. And as I was leaving, one of the other members approached me and asked if I wanted to sit in on one of their rehearsals. And I said yeah, and then they said that if I liked it, that I could join. And so that's what I did, and now we're here.
They offered me to come with them when they first came here 2 years ago, and I said no to that because I was scared. I didn't want to do it. I don't know. I've never been away from home before, so. And just a few months ago, they asked me, and they're like, hey, they heard me play trumpet in the video, and they're like, come try it out, and it's like, okay.
Of course, here I learned some interesting new things, especially how the structure is on practicing, everyone practicing together, how everyone feeds off each other's energy. It was totally a dynamic shift, because I remember one of the first practices I came, everyone kind of knew how practice was going to go. You know, you didn't spend, the whole time on one song or anything like that. It was definitely eye-opening.
Un, dos, pa 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 pa. Do those parts? Ready? First one. Da, 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 da.
Just to make sure that we're always keeping up with our sound, because one thing is practicing by yourself, like practicing your piece, your part by yourself. But another thing is practicing with everybody, because with everybody you get to hear like when the other parts come in. Like I pay attention to what the guitars, the armonia is doing, what the violins are doing, what the trumpets are doing. Like that's what you want to do. Like you get pretty much all the dynamics of the group and how you want each part to sound compared to the others.
relaxed kind of environment. It's more like we're practicing. And it's more like time for you can like mess around, play around, and be like, hey, let's try something new. And you can kind of like engage with people. And sometimes you don't get that with people because sometimes they're just there to eat. And sometimes they'll be like, yo, okay, do you guys know this song? Can you play it? And if we know it, yeah, we'll play it. I just feel like it's more of you have more freedom to mess around and enjoy it a little bit more, as opposed to when we're playing a big concert. Yeah, there has to be a form of professionalism, but I feel it's more showcasing than anything. It's more showing people this is the best, like not the best, but a little bit of what real mariachi should be.
I would say the performance at St. Joseph was a little more, like, I don't want to use the word professional because I feel like at Frontera we kind of still have like a certain view of like how we have to be. But I would just say like St. Joseph, I feel like we kind of like, I don't know, rehearse more just because it's like bigger in a sense. Because Frontera is more like, well, we go there every week, so we kind of already have it like down. And I feel like a concert is looked more upon as like, okay, maybe this is gonna go better. Like it has to go better.
Yeah, so regular gigs are usually, people are usually like a little more excited about them. I mean, restaurant, you're not really going there for. I mean, sometimes people do show up for the mariachi, but I mean that's not really like the main thing. Sometimes it's awkward to play. Sometimes, yeah. But I mean, yeah, because sometimes, especially like you play like a really cool song and then like nobody claps and it's just like tough crowd. You just move on, I guess.
Yeah, it's annoying, honestly, because like how they were saying, we play something cool, like we're singing our hearts out, and then it's just like crickets just chirping.
I enjoy concerts way more than oh man, that's tough. It's tough because shit, man. I enjoy myself anywhere that I'm playing. Honestly, anywhere that I'm playing, anywhere that I go. It could be a house gig, could be at the restaurant. Like when I just feel it, like it's there. It's there. It doesn't matter where I'm at or who I'm playing for. Like it's like in me. Like I feel it, and it's just I don't know. It's like something that I don't want to go like for it to go away. So like when I feel that, like it doesn't. I could be playing at the restaurant. I could be playing here. Like it doesn't matter. You know. It's just my passion for the music.
Alrighty, for this next song, I'm gonna need everybody's help. So I need you guys to clap along with us. You guys think you can do that? Oh yeah. Yeah? Alright, here we go.
supportive here. Whereas like in Vegas, since there's so many mariachis and so many Mexicans, they kind of look at you, oh, you're just a mariachi. Whereas here, you don't see that as often, so people are like, oh my gosh, you're in a mariachi. It's like you would be like, oh my gosh, you're playing a jazz band. Oh my gosh, you're on a Gaelic group. It's like all these things where people put you, like they actually admire the music that you're creating. In Las Vegas, they don't, because it's so generic and so everybody's a mariachi. Whatever. But here they really do appreciate it more. And that kind of fuels us to be better musicians in turn, because we're like, the people are really loving it and we really love it. We have to, make this the best experience for them as possible. So in doing that, we have to get better.
I think the way that we're pushing now and getting recognition, I think there's a future here. Before, people didn't really know that a mariachi can be more than 4 or 5 people. And then they see this group here, right here locally, they're like, wow, that's crazy. This is how it is in Mexico, or this is how it is in California. So it really breaks people's perception of mariachi. And of course, I know a lot of mariachis here, they just kind of do the gig and that's it. But we kind of don't want to do that. We want to preserve the traditions of mariachi music.
What was really cool was the fact of how we were welcomed out here. Because even the first few performances when we first moved here, we were received really well. Like, especially at the restaurants, we were received really well. And that was because people didn't really know mariachi the way it's done over in the West Coast, like the way we do it. And so it was the reception we got was really cool.
Professional level to me is when everybody knows the sound of the group and when everybody has the same vision, because at the start of Antiguo, when we first started, it was a bunch of kids. We were all young, nobody knew what exactly they wanted. Some of us did. Some of us knew that this is what we wanted to do. But some of the other people were just along for the ride just because it was mostly like a hobby to them. They liked doing it, but it wasn't their passion, what they wanted to do in life, And I feel as the group progresses, the vision of the group solidifies more with the members.
So this is your passion. This is what you want to do in life.
I'm gonna die being a mariachi.